You're listening to the Decentralized Talk Podcast, your crypto connection.
Decentralized Talk. Decentralized Talk.
All right, guys. Welcome to another outstanding episode of the Decentralized Talk Podcast. This is our 13th show now in production, and we got a great one in store for you today. We interviewed Grammy-nominated music producer Pascal Guyon on Music Coin. We're going to skim over Dime Coin, Stellite, and Black Coin in our 3-on-3 fast break. And our coin focus this week is on Music Coin. Special note, guys. So after our interview with Guyon, we opened up an account with Music Coin. And because we think it's important to actually invest in the things that we're investing in. We want to be good partners in the market space. In other news, guys, starting this week, we're very excited. We're implementing our investing contest on No Limit Coin. So feel free to jump on the No Limit Coin website, look us up, and see if you can compete with us. You're going to be able to pick a couple coins and see if you got a better pick for the week than us. And if you beat us, then you're going to earn a weekly prize. Prater, what's the weekly prize? What do we?
We're going to start out. The weekly prize will be 50 No Limit coins. We'll also include a link in the show notes to the No Limit Coin website, so you can sign up with our...
It's nocostfantasysports.com. You go on there. We'll put a link in the description, but you go on there and find us and compete against us.
Awesome. And guys, as an important note, and as always at the start of the show, we're going to get into some crypto conversations here. None of this is investing advice. These are just our opinions. Please do your own research when investing in cryptocurrencies. So, without further ado, guys, here's our interview with Pascal. Alrighty, guys, we are here today with Pascal Guyon, a true Renaissance man. He's a multi-platinum music producer. He's a multi-Grammy-nominated producer. He is a coder. He's an early adopter. He is the Music Coin ambassador, and he's a part-time motivational speaker. So we know you're a very busy guy, so we just wanted to say thank you very much for spending time with us and coming on the show today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It's always special for us to be able to have somebody with your background, your pedigree, and it seems like you've kind of done a little bit of everything. For the crypto audience out there that hasn't been exposed to your music, give us a kind of a rundown of some of the projects that you've been involved in and some of the things that make you who you are.
Sure. So in my teenage years, I basically decided that I wanted to go for music. So I started to be very serious about it. So basically I studied jazz music, classical music, and Latin music really, really hard for like 3-4 years. When I say really hard, I was pretty much practicing the piano 10 hours a day, also doing a lot of transcribing. So that's pretty much the act of taking an album and rewriting everything on paper. This is a lot of jazz players do that to study jazz music, but I applied it to pop music and even Dr. Dre beats and stuff like that. But that led me also to go to Cuba with one of my mentors to live with the families there. I ended up on stage with one of the most famous salsa band. So for a French countryside guy, that was pretty crazy. And then, so I did a lot of live. I ended up being a music director for a few signed artists and stuff like that as well. But I noticed that I preferred creating instead of being on stage and playing 100 times the same song. I was like, that's not for me. I want to create something, and once something is finished, I want to create another thing. I don't want to hear about the previous thing anymore in my life. That's it. So that's it. That's kind of my, that's how things started, basically.
Yeah, creating something is it's just the most rewarding thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely. It's very special. Yeah.
I think the trick is you just keep trying, right? You just keep trying.
Oh, well, yeah. I talk about failures all the time as well. And oh my God, it's just like, I was not born with the perfect ear that was able to recognize chords and that kind of stuff. I had to work on it like big time, and I was really bad at it. Like even like at 17, 18, I was not good at that at all. So yeah, just you have to work on it constantly,
Failure is really the best thing that you can that can happen to you because you learn from it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like I could be right now, in a million different places. We could be doing a podcast. We could be working at a fast food restaurant, and it just depends on some of the opportunities that you're given in life and the way that you utilize those. And we talk about some of the workers at a fast food restaurant. You think of that broadly as technology advances. Mm-hmm. Those are some of the people that it's probably easy to think about. Those people will be easily replaceable, right? A robot will come in. It's just inevitability. It's going to happen. Yes. But one of the things that you mentioned that's really interesting to me is that labels, you're talking about massive organizations, white collar organizations, managers, publishers are going to be replaced by technology. And one of those pieces of technology is music coin.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, actually, the first thing is, in general, because of my experiences, things like that, I can tell that unfortunately, especially nowadays, publishers, managers mostly are not efficient. They do not make a big difference in artists' life. Absolutely not. In my experience, as an artist, the best thing you can do, and it can be applied to any field actually, the best thing you can do in your life is just to surround yourself with the most brilliant people, the highest profile people possible to trigger interesting opportunities. And I can tell you that I have precise examples that I could talk about. The people who changed my music career were not in music, absolutely not. But they were very high profile. They were known for what they did. And, they have cool friends. And this is how I bypassed all people going through managers and publishers, and how I managed to get in the room with that superstars right away. The best example is me coming to the US and in the first 2 weeks working on 2 albums that got 3 Grammy nominations and sold 10 million copies worldwide. It was my first 2 weeks in the US. If I didn't connect with super high profile people, I wouldn't have access to that kind of stuff. And I know that managers or publishers couldn't give me that kind of opportunities, So that's the first thing. That's the first thing that is very, very important. And then you have the technology aspect. Well, when you start to experiment with new platforms and suddenly you notice that you just created music, you just upload it to that platform, which is free to use, by the way, so there's no excuse. And suddenly, somebody just listened to your music like 2 seconds ago, and I'm paid already, and the full amount, and it's much more than any other streaming platforms. Are like, holy cow, what's going on here? And on top of that, if you did the music with 4 other people, everybody's paid instantly. I don't have to wait 3 years because it's been streaming in Japan and receive pennies, or like not like sub pennies. For that music. So when you discover that, you're like, holy cow, there's a major shift happening. It's happening now. If you don't use it, you're missing out big time, especially when it's free to use.
So being in America now, being in Los Angeles, you live in Los Angeles. What is the vibe? Do people know about Music Coin? Do people know about Bitcoin even? What's the feeling? Is it a big Ponzi scheme or right or is it something that they think is going to grow?
So Los Angeles is absolutely amazing and became even more interesting the past 5 years, I would say, because it's also, so we know it's great for entertainment, but it became a huge place for startups, technology companies. I'm also a part of this company called Hyperloop, for example, which is a huge technology project around the world. Basically, we have some of the leaders of cryptocurrency in general that are living in Los Angeles. And I got educated by some of them. Some of them are actually people like Brock Pierce, for example, were like, some of the top guys in the field, basically. So it's actually, Los Angeles is an amazing place. It's a great combination nowadays of everything good in life, from food to technology to music, everything. And globally here, it's very well received, I've never really run into people who don't believe in it. Of course, there's people who doubt.
True.
So what blows me away that there's still some people who wonder if is it real money or is it just, I'm like, do you want I can show you my bank statements. What? Look, it's written Bitcoin to dollars. Look, if it's not real, and I have to pay taxes on that. That's not real to you?
Oh, yeah. If you have to pay taxes, it's real. But a lot of people think because you can't touch it, then it must not be real. But, it's definitely real.
Well, there's so many other currencies you can't touch or you don't touch now anyways. I mean, I don't touch money much anymore.
Yeah, everything's a checking
The
account,
dollar.
a debit card, and,
No, absolutely.
very few things go through cash anymore.
Yes, exactly. So no, I would say globally in Los Angeles, it's great. I think it also depends on in which circle you evolve, of course. I can tell you that, for musicians, it's very, very new and it's a complete new world. And, I push them. It's one of my specialties when I do talks, conferences, is to really push them to think outside of the box through my personal story and showing them that they need to educate themselves every day, because if they don't, they're completely missing out on that kind of opportunities. Somebody who would have discovered a platform like Musicoin 6 months ago could have easily made at least 5 figures of the platform if they knew how to use it. So that's very real.
You see a lot better returns than on a Pandora or some other applications like that from Musicoin.
So basically, I can tell you exactly what it is. The stream itself reward you much more already than any other streaming platforms. There's no comparison. But on top of that, what happens is that artists get tipped on Musicoin. And our data, the tip is 5 times higher than the stream itself. So when you combine that, it's just complete night and day with any other platforms, basically.
Yeah. I've been using Musicoin for a while now. Now, just as a listener, I don't think anybody wants to hear me sing unless it's at a karaoke bar. But
and they still don't want to hear you sing.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I know exactly. But then you can't go anywhere. You're stuck there. But I've been using Musicoin to listen to it. I mean, I just really like the aspect of, instead of going through this large corporation, and them really taking all the most of the profit, and then the scraps go to the artist. You really put the power back in the hands of the artist, where if you like a certain song or you like a certain artist, you can pay them directly instead of having to go through this pay per play system that's been going on that nobody really questions. So that kind of brings us to our next question. As more and more people learn about cryptocurrencies in general and the entertainment industry as far as decentralization, do you see real mass adoption? Do you see real people turning away from Spotify and Pandora and iTunes Radio and those things, and actually using Musicoin as a daily streamer or player of music? And how long do you think that would potentially take to happen? Is that something that could happen this year, or 5 years, a decade, something like that?
So the thing is, I think there's once we'll have a few more features on Musicoin. For example, ideally, what I would love the developers to do is to add a kind of button that transforms your Musicoins in dollars right away, and that would simplify a lot artist life, of course. And so now we also have a new website coming out very soon. So a new user interface that will be more efficient, better for everybody. So there's a few key things like that. Plus, you will be able to use the music coins for other services as well. So people in the future will be able to license their work, and there's tons of things going on. So actually, Isaac, the founder, just did a little video interview when he was at South by Southwest, and he reminded people that the company is only a year old,
Right.
And I think, and it's a long-term project, like 5-10 years, And also, it's very important to know that most most crypto companies, they have an idea, but they have nothing working. And most of them do ICOs and raise tens of millions of dollars and sometimes more, while Musicoin have a functioning product, didn't do an ICO. And so to me, it's just a matter of time of people knowing that there's like something that is working now that is solving a real problem, So this is the few points that people need to see that it's resolving a real problem, and then a few more features added to the website, and then it could really certainly start to take off quite a bit. That's for sure. There's 5,000 artists using it already. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I love anything that's already working. To me, is a good buy right now in the crypto space. Right. So anything, just like you said, there are so many coins right now that are raising a lot of money, and they have a plan for something that they promise is going to be real great in 3 or 4 years. And it's like, well, I want something that's working now, because until you physically do something, I think as a creative person, you probably experience this. Until you physically do something, you don't really know what all the kinks are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Pascal, we do a weekly segment where we look at coins with low market capitalization that really not a lot of people may have heard of.
Sure.
And a few weeks ago, we did one on Musicoin, and it really stuck out because there's so many of those low market cap coins and tokens that they have great ideas, but they're 5-10 years out from actually having any kind of working product at all. And the fact that Musicoin has a platform, you can go on there, you can listen to music, you can create music, you can get paid. I mean, that speaks volumes. And a year, that's good production in a year, I would say.
Yeah, that's the thing. To me, it's like the world doesn't know about it, or like doesn't understand that this exists, it functions, and it's resolving a real problem. So once the guy with the big pockets know that should evolve quite a bit.
Yeah, I think one thing is a lot of people may not even know that there is a problem, because when you're just listening to music and you're not actually involved in the production, or you're an artist or something like that, you don't really know. You're just putting on Spotify and listening to music. You don't really know that they're not getting paid that much. You don't really care. But there's a lot of artists out there. There has to be somebody creating that music for you to listen to. And when you really look into it, you can see that they're getting ripped off. And there should be another system out there as an alternative to these pay-per-play systems.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've been talking a little bit about all the different coins that are out there, and which kind of leads to the next question of why do you specifically like Musicoin instead of some of the other options like Voice and Audio Coin and Opus, and I could go on, but what's special about it to you?
There's a few things. So first of all, I tried most of the other ones you talked about, and to me the easiest to use as a creator but also a listener was Musicoin. What I like a lot about Musicoin is that it's free to listen to. So it couldn't be more simple but for anybody to have access to the music, because I know that on some of the other platforms, you actually have to buy tokens to be able to listen to the stuff. And I think to have the crowd adopt that, good luck.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just a barrier to entry.
And it's just to me that, knowing that maybe it's going to lead us to the next point is that why is it free for the listener? Like, how comes? Why? Where is the money coming from? Why are the creators being paid? This one Musicoin, then where are the money coming from?
So this is really, I saw this in your videos, and this is one of the most interesting parts to me, and I didn't actually understand it. So I'm glad that you're here. So this is the part about the miners, right? So the miners actually pay for it. And then also you mentioned, what is the term where, universal basic income is exactly right. So talk a little bit on that for me. It's very interesting.
Okay. So actually, one of the main reasons why I got excited about Musicoin is because I saw an incredible combination of everything. It's like I get along really well with like polymath kind of people, because that's the thing, I did a lot of music, but I'm not interested in doing just music. I developed other strong edges in other fields. Mm-hmm. And when I see people do a beautiful combination of things like that touches finance, blockchain, technology, coding, I'm like, that's interesting. So what I saw in MusicCoin is this incredible combination of philosophy, with a concept called sharism, universal basic income, coding, helping musicians, and changing the life of dream musicians. And that really talked to me because of that combination. So the way it functions is that, so there is coins created all day long, obviously. And when there's a new block of coins created, most of it goes back to the miner as a reward for having solved the problem. A tiny part goes to the team of MusicCoin to work on the project. And the rest is actually a pool of universal basic income. And I will explain maybe a little bit more universal basic income. It's just so that anytime somebody pushes play on internet, there's a coin that leaves that pool and goes to the wallet of the creator, basically. So the concept of universal basic income, we hear more talking about it nowadays by big leaders like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Why? Because we know that in the future, people won't have jobs. And like our friend says, Federico, he wrote a book about that. Actually, I think the book is called Robots Will Steal Your Jobs, but it's okay. Yeah. So because of that, people like Elon and Mark talks about that. So basically that would be the idea that governments or entities would give people pretty much like free money to be able to live, have a decent living. And then it would be up to them to do some things on top of that, or to be actually able to maybe focus more on their passions than having boring jobs and things like that. So that's what it is. It's money coming to you so that it helps with your basic needs. And that's what is called universal basic income, basically. So in MusicCoin, it's here as a pool so that money are constantly created and are available to be sent to creators whenever somebody listens to music on MusicCoin, basically.
Yeah, that really sets it apart from other entertainment based cryptocurrencies. I tell you what, that's a good idea. It really is.
Yep.
And so how do the miners get rewarded? So that's actually, that's really cool. So if I just got this right in my head. Yeah,
it's like, whenever, one of the miners solved a problem, a block is created, and a part of these coins is going back to the miner to reward it, basically. That's how it works.
Yeah, okay, so when the miner mines...
It's just a proof of work coin.
Mm-hmm. It's a fork of Ethereum, MusicCoin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they just split that, what's mined.
Yes.
A portion of it goes to
the miner. Some goes to the artist.
Goes for development, and then, goes the
exactly.
Platform.
That's cool, because that seems like that would create a buffer between, because some of the other coins that we've talked about, like opioid coin, has a really good idea behind it, but the problem is if the market goes up and down, it can damage or it can wave up the price of this coin, or the valuation of this coin. But this sounds like that would kind of be a buffer in between that, because the artist could get a coin, it would the value would stay steadier.
Well, actually, the value of the coins right now are definitely fluctuating quite a bit. But we also have an algorithm that would help basically if the price of MusicCoin explode, we will have an algo that makes sure that the value that the artist receive stay in the same range, which is very important as well, because the coins are at 0.013, I think, right now. That's definitely pretty low. All the altcoins have been going down quite a bit. But in December, the coins were at 10 cents.
Yeah.
So that's a huge change. So this is also why we have an algo that will be able to adjust so that what the artists get stay in the same range, and also to make sure that all the coins are not going to like one big star, like suddenly or something like that, you know.
You mean this stay in the same range, like equivalent to the dollar? Is that what you mean? Like,
yes, absolutely.
oh, cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Absolutely.
So if I have a song and I publish an equally, quality song and it gets a similar amount of views,
Yeah.
I'll be rewarded in X dollars. And then even if the price of Music Coin goes up or down, I'll still be rewarded in basically X plus or minus $1. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty much, like right now people receive one music coin, but if the price like explode, maybe they would receive 10 cents of a music coin in the future to stay in that range, like that reasonable range, basically.
Yeah, I love how too, like once you get involved in Music Coin, like as a creator, you're incentivized to push it out to your followers because it directly reflects back onto your personal business. That's cool. And it helps. It seems like it would help it grow.
Oh yeah. And the thing as well is actually artists make once again, the big mistake is that, they put their music on Music Coin and a lot of them are just living there and that's all. And I'm like, guys, you need to create traffic. It's like any other business. If you don't have traffic, then there's no point.
You got to do podcasts.
I mean, it's just like any other business. You have to create traffic. So, there's a Music Coin player that people can put on their website or whatever web page. And, you can put it on autoplay. So actually, I pushed the idea further because I created a video game. And what I did is that I wanted in my video game to have people discover some of the music I never released. So I was like, okay, at each checkpoint, I would like the music to change, basically. So this is what I'm going to do in the future. For now, that's just one music. And I just use the Music Coin player that I put on my website where my video game is. And whenever the video game is actually, when the page is loaded, that triggers a stream automatically. So that makes it
very smart.
Wow.
The first video game in the world that reward the music composer each time the game is playing at no cost to the player.
Can you imagine if the guy who did the Mario beat would have had Music Coin?
Yeah. That would be good, right? That would be nice, right?
Yeah. If every time somebody made the ka-ching sound of a coin, you got like a couple Music Coin, the bomb.
But that's it. I did that to show people that, hey, while a lot of people are still wondering if like cryptocurrencies are real or whatever, I created a video game that pays me every day. People are playing it and I'm paid automatically,
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think right now there's a lot of fear in the entire cryptocurrency market. Everything's dropping, and I think a lot of people are just seeing this as an investment, and they're like, oh my God, it was a bad investment. I bought at the top and now it's dropping all the way down. I need to get out. But I think if you really look at it from a wide perspective, you can see, I mean, there's entire industries here. The entertainment industry, for example, they're making businesses here and creating things that really haven't been created. It's not just an investment. It's not just a get rich scheme where you can invest in a coin and try to make, money real quick. There's actual businesses here that will last for years, instead of just looking at it from an investment point of view, the Music Coin is a great example of that. They're really creating something that can solve a problem. It's not just an investment that you can get rich on.
Of course. Well, I think it's actually the most important thing.
Definitely.
I do trading, investing in that kind of stuff. And I know that Music Coin for me, it's like, I'm not selling my Music Coins anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is world changing kind of companies.
Yeah, exactly. What happens this month or next month or this year, it really doesn't matter. It's, if you really look out, I mean, we're talking 10 years out, and I mean, this thing is, these type of things are going to change the world. And there's just really no denying that. Okay. So another thing we wanted to hit on, I think one of the main problems that the entertainment industry and the music industry faces is piracy. It's a huge problem right now. So how could Music Coin and other decentralized music cryptocurrencies try to solve that problem? And can they even solve that problem? Can Music Coin even affect piracy at all? Or will it just, piracy is just one of those inevitable things that will always hurt the industry?
Well, the first thing is that if you start by making music free to listen forever, I think that's pretty much it to me.
I'd say that helps. Yeah.
Right. That's the first thing that is very obvious to me, and on top of that, of course, you can interact, on Musicoin, you can interact with the people you're listening to as well. So, when you build your fan base, it's the kind of stuff that is insanely important on both sides, actually, because if somebody loves an artist, they really enjoy to be able to talk to the people and to even tip them. It works very well. People have no problem tipping and stuff like that.
It's easy. It is easy.
Yeah. So, to me, it's like, what's the point of trying to exchange files when I know that I have a place where I can listen to music, and it couldn't be more simple, and I have access to the artist. Done.
I think the free thing is huge, because why pay Spotify, what is it, $10 a month, or Pandora, so you don't listen to ads?
And people don't really pay for music anyways. I would say there's a huge portion of the population that pirates all their music anyways.
Exactly.
And so the artist is having to deal with that as well.
And since the music's free on Musicoin, you're not having to go through the steps of trying to download it, illegally, or
risking
virus, or all that stuff. It's safe, it's free, it's easy to use.
It's so obvious to me. I see this with the combination of universal basic income. I mean, that's it. It's just the future is now. How simple is that?
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you, I'll keep listening to your stuff on Musicoin. I'll keep throwing you tips. And then in 10 years, when Musicoin is the number one streaming platform, then we'll meet up again.
And I think tipping makes a lot of sense too. Because you tip somebody like a waiter, but somebody who provides music to you they can transform your entire mood for your week. Somebody who puts out a song. I know a lot of people that. Not saying that I'm this person, but I am this person. That listens to the same song on repeat over and over and over. And just really fall in love with the song, and it can really change your life. And why wouldn't you tip for something like that? But you would tip someone who brings your food.
Well, and even if you consider a network like Twitch, it's very well known that the tip business on Twitch functions very, very well. There was a funny video of somebody who is supposed to have received crazy tips from somebody from Qatar or something like that. The video is hilarious because the guy is freaking out. He's suddenly $50,000 one day in his tip jar. He's like, oh.
I mean, people can already tip artists, but it's more on a small scale.
Of course.
In live venues. I mean, when I was at South by Southwest a few weeks ago, it was the small artists that had tip jars out, that I would throw tips to if I liked them. But in the digital age, there's not really that option, other than Musicoin. With Spotify, you can't really do something like that. But it's a good feeling knowing that, when I was at South by Southwest, I would see somebody that I liked. If they had a tip jar, if I liked them, I would throw them a tip. If I didn't, I wouldn't. But it's a good feeling knowing that I supported them because I liked their music.
Absolutely. And it's absolutely key nowadays for independent artists. If they manage to have a strong, even if it's small, like a few hundred or 1,000 true fans, that's a business model. A lot of people are using this business model, and it can work really well.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I heard in the music industry, and you can tell me if this is right or wrong, but in the music industry that a lot of recording artists don't actually make the bulk of the money from their music, that a lot of it is distributed, like you said, to labels and managers and publishers, and that they make the bulk of their money doing concerts. That's why they go out and do tours, because that's actual money that they collect directly. So this will be a way. I hope this doesn't affect people doing tours, or I wonder if you could go to a concert and tip somebody in Bitcoin at the concert. That would be neat.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we're gonna work heavily on, and I mean, you just have to have like this like the bar, the code, and just show that to people. There's also I remember this guy who put like a Bitcoin sign in a soccer match, and the guy got like 20K.
Oh my God!
So I mean, these are exceptions, but it just shows that it can work really well. And and a smart artist, whenever he does live streaming or a concert, of course they should have already that in place, because step by step. I mean, they're all complaining that they're broke. Well, yeah, but if you know this way of functioning already, you can use that right now, and see results not right now.
Why not open yourself up to more opportunities,
Yes.
and accept Bitcoin or Musicoin or whatever cryptocurrency you want to.
Yeah, and maybe we wouldn't have to pay $90 for a T-shirt.
We probably still would.
We probably still would.
Just buy it with Bitcoin.
Well, cool, Pascal, man. Look, we really appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming on the show with us. It means a lot. And if you need anything in the meantime, please reach out to us and let us know. And we're gonna be supporting Musicoin. I think that's
Nice.
probably pretty reasonable. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, no, thank you. That was nice. That was cool. I liked it.
All right, cool.
Well, keep me posted, and I'll do the same. Obviously there're gonna be a lot of steps and new things going on. So yeah, I mean,
we're in the early stages, but I mean, I for one will keep using the platform. I like it. Do you know? I mean, do you know if they're going to come up with a mobile app? I think that would be huge.
Yes.
That would be helpful.
I know that I've seen things about it. I've seen some new design of the new website as well. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as a coder, do you do any consulting, or do you get to work on the coin at all, or do you do anything like that?
I really wish, but my coding career is more on the beginner side, meaning I'm able to do like some video games and stuff like that, but I didn't go yet into decentralized stuff and Node.js and that kind of stuff. So I know JavaScript, I know C++. I have to do more studying to be able to contribute, but I would really like to be able to do that. So whenever I have time, I do my classes.
It takes a long time. I know when I coded my first calculator, I mean, I was blown away, but that's about as far as I've gotten. I mean, coding it's just something that takes a lot of practice. I mean, you just really have to practice it. It's just like learning any kind of language.
And patience.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very tedious.
Yeah. So it's my goal, because I have access to all these projects, and I would really like. I think I did so much music in my life that now I want to be creative, but maybe more in computer science. So I want to accumulate knowledge and see what I can do in that world. How far I can go in that world, basically.
Yeah. Anything in the tech
Super
world
cool,
in the future is a good investment of your future, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we appreciate it very much.
Yep. Good to meet you.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you.
Awesome, guys. Thanks again, Pascal, for coming on the show. Y'all can reach him at Pascal Guyon. That's PascalGuyon on Twitter. And we continue the Music Coin conversation this week with our coin focus on Music Coin. All right, guys. So we've been talking a lot about Music Coin. I think we covered quite a bit about Music Coin in the interview with Pascal. But the interview was so inspiring to us. So, guys, we recorded the interview earlier in the week, and in the time period after we had the conversation with Pascal to now, we have actually created an account on Music Coin's website. So you can actually go listen to the Decentralized Talk podcast on the Music Coin website. We're helping the miners mine, and when you listen to the music on the Music Coin website, you're helping us grow as well. And I can tell you right now that the payout rate, we say like apples to apples to any other site, it really is. We talked about it. When you have an interview with somebody, you talk about everything kind of in the abstract, what it would be like. But then when you actually implement something into your show's protocol, it's neat to see it really paying off. And we appreciate everybody out there, and we appreciate everybody utilizing the space and utilizing MusicCoin and utilizing us. Oh, by the way, we have no kind of paid endorsements for MusicCoin, so I don't want anybody out there to think that we have any, like, Pascal was paid or we were paid or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's all just, it's a legit thing. And we're
MusicCoin, if you want to reach out to us, we're our phones are always on.
Absolutely. And I mean, the website is still in beta, just to let everybody know. It's not, there's still some glitches out there. They do have a working product, but we've been more than happy with our use of it so far. It's been pretty awesome. I think we've been on for a little under a week, and we've already accumulated almost 300 and something music coins.
Yeah,
there's some big tippers out there.
I would say, they need to smooth out the edges a little bit, but I think it's an early project, and but it's a platform it does work. It does work, and I've listened to other artists on there as well, and it's just good to be able to listen to music or a podcast in our case without just supporting those huge corporations like Spotify or iTunes or something like that. Those are great, but there's another way to do it, and maybe it's time for a new age where the artists get paid what they deserve, and 85% of the profits don't go to the huge corporations.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a great little community too. You can interact with everybody. When you tip somebody, it shows you who tipped you, and they can leave a comment, and you can comment back. I've done a little posting on the blog post for support stuff, and somebody gets back with me almost immediately on any of the stuff I've put up there. They're very interactive, not just the support teams, but just the other users in general are extremely helpful.
Yeah, and just as a side note, if you guys know anybody who's got a band and they're trying to market themselves on any of these non-crypto platforms, it's a great way to kind of transition yourself into a conversation with your friends about cryptocurrencies. You want to talk about how awesome they are. The market's doing what it does, and sometimes it's not always easy to convince somebody to work in the cryptocurrency space. But if you're a band and you're looking for a place to shine or highlight, I mean, MusicCoin is actually a pretty cool place because there's not a whole lot of people on there, right? So you get that already. You get that kind of smallness, right, of choice, right? So if they're looking for bands in your genre, okay, you do hypersonic death metal. Probably, right? It's normal. You do Garth Brooks covers in hypersonic death metal.
That's the only kind of music I listen to.
Then you'll be the only guy. You'll be the only guy on MusicCoin on there, and you actually get paid per listen. So you get one MusicCoin per listen, which right now is hovering somewhere around a penny. So,
yeah. And I know, guys, it might seem that we're really pumping MusicCoin. But what we're doing really is we're trying to find real-world applications for blockchain and cryptocurrency. And there's not a whole lot of coins out there that have an actual working product. But MusicCoin is one of them. And so since we've been using it, it's just something that could be successful in the future. And I know we'll get into No Limit Coin later, but that's another one that we tried out. We played around with a little bit. And so, we're not pumping these coins. These are just things that we're
actually using.
Yeah, we're actually using these platforms. So, whether you should invest in them or not, that's up to you. We don't give investment advice, but we do shine light on platforms that have real world applications, and MusicCoin is one of them.
Sure, and like we said earlier, we'll tell you if the website is glitchy and is rough around the edges. It is, right? So you got to work with it. While it's growing, while it's trying to become the next YouTube. In the meantime,
that's to be expected from a beta, though. I mean, they're working.
Yeah, and it is in beta, so that's probably
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think it's very important. Not to go too far off topic from the coin focus, but I think it's very important to work with the things that you're going to invest in. You know, Amazon is a great investment because everybody has Amazon on their phone right now, right? Walmart is a great investment because people still go to Walmart. These are things that you actually utilize. That's how you know it's a good investment. When before cryptocurrencies, when people talk about, you know, hey, give me some advice on what I should invest in. A lot of investment advisors will tell people, well, you pick the stocks that you use. Don't just pick a stock because you think it's cool, it's hot. Somebody tells you, oh, I got this hot stock pick. Okay, well, that's probably going to be a bust. But if you find it, like, oh man, I don't know if 5 Hour Energy is publicly traded, but my God, if they were, when I first found 5 Hour Energy, I immediately was like, this is the shit. Is the best, and now I buy that shit in bulk on Amazon. On Amazon. Well, so somebody tell me where is Music Coin right now? Market cap. Where are they at on CoinMarketCap.com?
Oh, they're definitely in the 300 level because shoot, Heston did a 3-on-3 fast break on Music Coin.
That's right. A few episodes ago.
All right, let's see what else is in the 300 level market cap with our 3-on-3 fast break. Guys, this is when every week we pick 3 coins from the 300 level market cap, and we have 3 minutes to make our pitch for that coin. We're going to give you a little overview of the coin. We're going to talk about the current price, the market cap, the supply, a little bit about what does it do, and what potential does it have in the future. So at random, I'm going to pick Hesto with Black Coin. Your time starts now.
All right. Yeah, this week I did Black Coin. I mean, to be honest, a lot of these 3-on-3 coins, these low market caps, some of the ones I picked I don't like at all. Black Coin is a little different. Black Coin, I actually like what they're doing here. They've been around for a long time. They started in February 2014. They claim to be the first proof-of-stake coin ever. It's debatable because Peercoin was really the first one to try it. But I think Black Coin was the first one to successfully implement a true proof-of-stake coin with no pre-mined coins at all. Okay, so right now, currently, they're sitting at about 19 cents per coin. They have a total market cap of $15 million and a circulating supply of 76 million. And because there's no pre-mined, their total supply is the same, about 76 million. So what I like about them is not just that they're proof of stake, but basically when you have to buy it since you can't mine it. So you have to buy it off an exchange. It's the only way to get the Black Coin. And once you have it, you download their wallet, put it on the wallet, and when you leave your wallet open and connected to the network that's verifying the transactions, you gain interest. You have to have it on for at least 8 hours to prove any stake at all. But when you leave it on, you gain 1 to 8% interest, depending on your network weight. That's basically depending on your network speed is really what it comes down to. But it'll tell you in the wallet, what your network weight is, so you can know what interest annually you're going to gain. So since there's no pre-mined coins, that's how you mine the coins. That's how you get more, is you stake them by leaving your wallet open, and then you get the interest of more Black coins. And like I said, they have been around for a long time, so they've kind of been in this game. They've upgraded the platform more and more.
1 minute.
Okay, so what they're trying to do, they do a few things actually. So it's open source software, which a lot of cryptocurrencies are, honestly. So they are proof of stake, but they're currency. So they're almost like Bitcoin, super fast transactions, about 10,000 per second, which is, it's up there with the top speed coins, definitely. I would say it's like the the proof of stake version of Bitcoin, because they're really focused on being a currency, but they also do smart contracts, which is interesting too. So they're kind of trying to hit it from all sides here. I don't know. I mean, overall, I really like Blackcoin, and I think I might buy some and just leave my wallet open, just so I can.
All right, your time is up, sir. Dustin, satellite coin, go.
So it's actually Stellite.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Stellite coin.
Dustin, stellite coin, go.
Stalagmite or stalactite?
It's Stellite.
All right.
Your time has started.
I'm okay with that. So Stellite coin, it has a market cap of $11 million. The website is stellite.cash. They have a total supply of 21 billion. The circulating supply I could not find. There was 120 million that were pre-mined. That's a pretty high coin supply, but the coin cost right now is actually 54 satoshis. So you could get for $100 you could get 185,000 coins. So that's a lot of coins for a not very large investment. If the coin went up to 1 cent, your $100 investment would turn into $1,800. So, and that would still only put the market cap of the coin at $210 million about. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot of risk there if you want to throw just a little bit into it.
This is not investing advice.
This is not investing advice. And one of the downfalls to it, though, is it's not even on CoinMarketCap. So you will have to go to the website, and the only two exchanges you can actually purchase the coin on are Trade Ogre and Crex24.com. So I've never heard of those.
Either.
I'm honestly probably going to check them out because Trade Ogre sounds pretty interesting. But the coin's only actually been out for about 2 months. So it's pretty new. Some of the big things about it, I know we talked about mining pretty recently. One of their big things is mining from smartphones. So you will actually be able to mine from a smartphone, unlike Electroneum that was basically pretending to mine. Mm-hmm. This one will actually let you mine. On their website, it says you'll be able to mine from your smart TV, basically any device without ruining the device. That is one of the big things. And then some of the technology behind the coin, it actually used CryptoNote algorithm, which is also used by Monero and Bytecoin. So it's got a pretty solid algorithm backing it up. It's very new. Might be one of those that you could just throw a little bit in and see what happens. And
30 seconds. Are you taking questions?
I'm taking questions.
Can I mine it on my Roku?
Probably.
What about smart TV?
Smart TV. I mean, Roku Smart TV, possibly. I mean, if you want to
put the app, says you can. It says you can mine it on smart TV. I would wonder how that would work. What kind of software do you have to download the the blockchain? I'd have to look into their white paper.
You should always do your own research.
Time is up. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and start my clock. My coin is Dime Coin. Drop the dime on this one. The website is dimecoin.com.co. I don't know why they had to add the extra CO on there, so don't go to dimecoin.com because apparently that's not the right website. They're at 15 million market cap. Circulating supply is 500 billion. All right, so they're keeping it 500 billion, guys. That's a lot of coins. The current price of the coin is 0.00029er. So same kind of situation as Stellite coin. You can buy just gobs of these coins if you want to, if you have a hunch that Dime Coin is going to come back. And that's kind of their big story. So Dime Coin was up in the 200 level market cap right till right before, I guess, around Christmas time, and then saw some kind of a slide back. And then to their credit, the Dimecoin team has put together a pretty sexy website here. Looks professional, certainly compared to many of the other 300 level market cap coins. And I don't know. I mean, it's another spending coin, right? So it's another kind of Bitcoin clone. Super fast transaction speeds, lots and lots of coins, so you can have kind of a mass adoption thing going on. But even like in their roadmap, I think mid 2018, they're really still focusing on wallets. Late 2018 is as far as the roadmap goes, and the roadmap is mainly for partnerships with different companies. They have a really cool website kind of connection, Dimecoin apparel. So it's the website for that is mylocker.net/my/shop/dimecoin/index.html. So try to write that down while you guys are listening to this in your car.
1 minute.
Oh, it is actually pretty cool. I think it's actually more cool because of the mylocker.net website. But it looks like basically they've got a lot of apparel that they've just kind of came up with and made a couple of different designs with Dimecoin on it. And you could purchase these designs in the shop. But the thing that kind of let me down here is that you purchase them with USD. So it's like let's get some implementation here. Let's buy this with. Let's find a way for people to buy this with their Dimecoin, to use their Dimecoin. That's my 2 cents. Also, I know everybody, has a problem with this, but I don't like the fact that the CEO, CFO have a combined age of 45. It's just
Ages.
Yeah, I know. I hate to be ageist, but I guess I am. I mean, I'm sure.
Old man, your time is up.
Oh, you're gonna kill me on ageism? I didn't even have a time to walk out of that.
Nope.
This ageist bastard.
Yeah, and I know your time was up, but I did find something interesting, just out of curiosity, because you did say the website was dimecoin.com.co.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, I went to dimecoin.com.
So did I.
It says dimecoin.com is for sale. 5 billion. Well, it says 5 million billion dime coins or best offer. Email dimecoin@dimecoin.com. If it's $5 billion dime coin, then that's about $150,000. But it says 5 million billion, which I don't even know what that means. Is that a gazillion or quadrillion?
A million billion?
That's what it says.
That sounds like one of the
market cap of Dimecoin
that my son would use to describe something.
It says it says 5 million in numbers, and then it has the word billion after it. It doesn't make any sense. But no, I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, it's definitely dimecoin.com.co. Somebody yanked that up from them before they could get it, I guess.
Yes, 5 million billion dime coin or best offer.
Yeah.
I like the OBO. I like the throwback to Craigslist.
Hey, dimecoin@dimecoin.com. If you're listening, I'll give you 30 Dimecoin for that website.
All right, guys. Well, I think that about wraps things up for this episode of the D. Be sure to tune in next week where we're going to break down the top exchanges, right? So that's a topic on everybody's mind. What do I buy? Where do I buy it at? What exchanges have what? Which ones are legit? Which ones are not? We're going to deep dive into that. The top exchanges and even some of the more obscure ones.
Let me cut in real quick. For the No Limit Challenge next week, we're going to post the challenge on No Limit Coin on Wednesday. You'll have all day to sign up for the challenge, and then we'll actually start it on Thursday, and it'll run through next Thursday, and we'll announce the winner on next week's show. The challenge setup is you pick your team of cryptocurrencies. So you pick your best 5 for that week, and No Limit Coin calculates the challenge throughout the week. You can watch your team go through the week, and then at the end of the week, whoever has the biggest gains automatically wins the No Limit Coin.
Yep. Think
Yeah.
about it like a fantasy team. Like instead of picking your football players or basketball players, you're picking your cryptocurrencies. You pick a team of 5 and just try your hardest to beat me because it ain't happening, folks.
Yeah, or if you're Magic Poop Cannon, you just short all 5. All right, guys. Check us out on Twitter at DTalk Podcast. That's Twitter and Facebook. Check us out on iTunes and iHeartRadio at Decentralized Talk. Links to the website in the description below. Stay decent, guys.